Hello. Over the years I have accumulated quite a few posters, railroad related, and I think now that I have the vast majority of the stuff hung, I will take and show it to you. First, we start with a page from a Pennsylvania Railroad calendar. And now, over here, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this. My lighting down here is terrible. Of course, you can see my shadow in the photo, and I apologize for that. And next, another PRR calendar. And here's a Southern doubleheader with 610 in the lead. And over here, another page from a Pennsylvania Railroad calendar. The Pennsylvania Railroad calendar, I believe, was about 1953 or 1954. This is a scene that would have been typically seen going from Shamokin to Sunbury with loaded coal cars for export down to Enola. I personally had never seen this action, but I know my brother has. And now, the SP 4449, which is still very much alive and well. And in the next frame, we see X-Reading 2101 on the, I believe that was on the viaduct over the Youghiogheny River. One of the Chessie steam specials. Unfortunately, that locomotive will never see steam again. It was damaged in a roundhouse fire, and the engineers have condemned it. And our next photograph here, we're the Rio Grande, which this railroad and 4 or 5 of its locomotives are still very much well and alive as a tourist road. Now in the next room here, there's some regular artwork. I just want to show you one in particular. This is a watercolor that was done by my late father. My late father was a very, very talented man. And down here, I have some plates. This is the New York Central 20th Century Limited. This is a scene depicted from Strasbourg. And this plate shows an action shot on the Great Northern on one of their crack passenger trains. You'll have to forgive me, I don't have my bottom plate in. And over on the next wall is my pride and joy. I have recently posted this on Facebook, but here is a 16 by 20 of the X-Reading 2102 in action. This is on a fan trip, 1998. Again, I apologize for the bad lighting here. And I really don't know what to do about it. Anyways, to move on. Please forgive the mess. Here's the N&W 611. which will never see fire again as far as Norfolk Southern is concerned. They can't be bothered. And then, of course, the legendary Union Pacific 3985, which, fortunately, to the generosity of the Union Pacific Railroad and the work of many, many volunteers, this locomotive is still very much alive and well. In our next shot here, we see 2102 again. This is a shot taken on the Horseshoe Curve. The only time she was ever on the Horseshoe Curve. Shortly after this, another trip was run over it, and one of the locomotives broke down tying up one of the tracks, and at the time Conrail said, "Never again will steam be on the Horseshoe Curve," period. Oh well. And for the last two locomotives here, we have the 614, which unfortunately, that too will never see steam again, unless the chassis comes to its senses, which I rather doubt. And for the very last shot, we have the nickel plate 759. Oh, this is terrible. Again, I apologize for my lighting problems. Which, fortunately, that too was very much alive and well. Now, I grouped these two locomotives together because they're both Lima-built locomotives, and you can see the similarities in the construction. And then, as one last thing, over here on another table, again, please forgive the mess in the cellar, I have a brakeman's lantern, which came from the Canadian Pacific Railroad Company. And a caboose marker light. Let me back up. There we go. Which came from, I believe, the Pennsylvania Railroad. Both these lanterns are in operable condition, and I do once in a while fire them up. Well, I apologize for the poor lighting conditions, but I hope you've enjoyed what you could see of it. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.